Science is truly about exploring. By connecting lessons to our local environment, we are allowing our students to explore. If lessons are focused on a faraway area, students are unable to make important connections to their environment. What's important is that children have an opportunity to bond with the natural world, to learn to love it, and feel comfortable in it before being asked to heal its wounds. By first focusing on our local environment, the students can create a strong bond through hands-on experiences, then widening the scope to larger environments and addressing climate change will prevent hopelessness and anxiety. Using the microscopes made me think about how scientists dive both into microscopic and macroscopic environments. Scientists use microscopes to look at things very up close. With what they find, they create connections to the larger environment, looking how it affects the larger environment and how the larger environment affects it. Students should have the same opportunity, looking at how specific thing up close and seeing how it interacts with its environment. With this, they will come to understand how they also affect the larger environment and how the larger environment affects them. Students who are not inherently interested in science may have a hard time getting engaged into the content. By using cross-curricular activities, we can get them to be scientists with their own interests. Like our flowers, using art got us engaged and creative. We then got to make our own discovery like a true scientist. All of our students are knowledgeable and are able to teach concepts to other students. By allowing them to do this, we can cover as many concepts as possible and build a greater base of understanding. I did not know what inertia was, but Brad did, and by him sharing his knowledge with us, we have all learned something new. Like I have said before, science is truly about exploration. When we got to use watercolor and explore water tension, we learned more than being told what it is. By guiding our students through demonstrations, they will be able to make their own discoveries, meaning they are more likely to internalize it. Students can then collaborate to share what they have learned with one another. When scientists do research, they are usually not on their own, but work with a group of scientists. To execute the town hall, we all had to do our part to make something greater than oneself. Students should have the same opportunity. By allowing them to work together, we are able to create a better learning environment where students can fill each other's gaps of understanding. Lots of science is inherently visual. If teachers narrow their teaching to just auditory, we cannot show the true nature of science. In our stop motions, we created a landform, showing a visualization of it. This makes it much easier for students to get a grasp of the concept and even gives them a chance to create connections. Without this creating and visualization piece, teachers run the risk of students not grasping the scientific concepts. For my science experiment, I looked at how yeast decomposes the sugar in the world. Yeast is a fungi, and fungi are all around us decomposing the natural world. Just look at it go. Fungi also create large networks of mycelium underneath the ground, connecting all living things in the forest. As children get more disconnected from their environment, they lose the sense of connection to the land and fail to see how they affect the environment and how the environment affects them. Teachers must grow the sense of connection with the land with students, allowing them to see the interconnectedness of all living things. Building off of that, we must ensure we incorporate local indigenous views of science into our curriculum to build this connection with the land and work together in reconciliation. We must look at science through this other lens of reciprocity. This quote from Braiding Sweetgrass stood out to me for showing this importance of building a balance of what we take from the land and what we give back. Know the ways of the ones who take care of you, so that you may take care of them. Introduce yourself. Be accountable as the ones who come for asking for life. Ask permission before taking. Abide by the answer. Never take the first, never take the last. Take only what you need. Take only that which is given. Never take more than half. Leave some for others. Harvest in a way that minimizes harm. Use it respectfully. Never waste what you have taken. Share. Give thanks for what you have been given. Give a gift in reciprocity for what you have taken. Sustain the ones who sustain you, and the earth will last forever. In our last class, we tried a new strategy, the tic-tac-toe board. This seemed perfect for my science unit. I was planning on doing an astronomy unit, but was struggling to fit all the cool demonstrations and important concepts in. The tic-tac-toe strategy will allow my students to explore what they are interested in, be able to create these demonstrations on their own, and share their knowledge with their classmates, building a larger base of understanding.